All right. Welcome on into another RJ's Lives. Hey, Rick. Wow. Yeah, you're not first this time. Rick from Warthog is here. We got a fantastic representation of some really great guys in the chat box. We got Jo Ventures and Warthog, Randy's WSG, Richter from Richter's Knives. We have Mike's Life, Mike Curtis, Addicted to Blades 2, Broke AZ Knives, Gizmo Car, uh, just all kinds of people. Ground Fog, he was first today, Rick. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. We had a bunch of people waiting, which is always a good sign. That means you guys actually like us, which is fantastic. All right, as you can see, we got our great panel. We got Terry's Knives and Man Stuff. We got HTEDC.
Howdy.
Andrew from Baxter's Blades.
Hello.
Of course, our producer extraordinaire, Tom from Knife Delights. And we have Gunslinger Cal, which is fantastic. How you guys doing this morning?
Great.
Doing terrific.
Fantastic.
All righty. Well, today I thought we would talk about, a brand that's near and dear to many of our hearts, and that's the Imperial Shrade family of knives. And as you know, we have under that umbrella of Imperial Shrade, you have the Imperial line, the Shrade knives, Old Timer, Uncle Henry, Hammer Brands, probably a couple others that I'm missing because they did a lot of stuff. They also were an OEM for some Buck knives back in the early production days of when Buck was having some slip joints made, and probably many other knives that we're forgetting. I think they also were a OEM for a lot of brands like Craftsman and Ward's and any other stores that were making knives or had knives that were advertising knives with somebody's name on it. And they made everything. We're talking, fixed blades and slip joints, lockbacks, you name it. They probably have made a version of it. But I don't even know where we want to start at because there's just so much. So I thought I'd start with a little history. And Tom, you can back me up. This is basically a Cliff Notes version. If you want a really detailed history of the whole Imperial Shrade thing, go to Wikipedia and look them up. Very interesting. But this goes back to the early 1900s. But Imperial Shrade was a consolidation of 5 forerunner companies, including the namesakes of Imperial Knife Company, which started in 1916, and Schrade Cutlery, which was founded in 1904. In 1941, Albert Baer purchased the Ulster Knife Company, and then he basically bought Imperial Shrade. And so I think that is another brand in there, the Ulster knives. And so Albert's brother Henry was the namesake of the Uncle Henry name. Oh, all right. Mikey Newsom just gifted a RJ's Knives membership. That is fantastic. So thank you. Thank you, Mikey Newman. That is awesome. So then basically Old Timer started in 1958. Uncle Henry line started in 59. And then, they continued on until the Taylor and Company bought them in 2004 when the original Schrade shut its doors, and then Taylor moved the production over to China. And so then Taylor had it from like 2004 to about 2014, and then it was bought by Battenfeld Technologies, and then Battenfeld Technologies was bought up by a company that eventually became American Outdoor Brands, which is a conglomerate which owns probably about 30 or 40 different companies under that umbrella. And they make all kinds of stuff for, camping, hunting, shooting, a whole lot of outdoor stuff, gunsmith tools, and all kinds of other things that are, in those related fields. And then, of course, we have our stuff is still made in China, except for the generational series, which Old Timer had made a couple of years back, and that was production that was made by Baer & Son, and that was just a few knives that they had, but the majority of the stuff is from is still made in China. If I missed anything, Tom, let me know. that was kind of a
That-
quick glossing over.
Yeah, that's the down and dirty. There is so much history to Imperial and all the
Right.
different owners, and you get into the Imperial Shrade, Trade Imperial, and that's all. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like when you look at like some of the acquisitions and stuff, it's like, companies bought companies that were going out of business. Sometimes a company was bought because of a patent that was being made, and then they wanted, other companies wanted to produce that patent, so they purchased the company because it was innovative or whatever, but it was still small, and then they took over production of that model, and it was
Yeah.
literally a cutthroat business, wouldn't you say?
Because
to turn a phrase.
Imperial bought out Hammer brand.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. So who wants to go first and show some knives? Because I have a little bit of business I have to do, because we're going to do a giveaway for the knife that was our regimental knife that was, if you guys saw the video for that, if you left a comment, then you're entered in that. We're going to give that knife away here live, and Tom wanted to jump in on it, and let's show that, Tom. I'll bring you up full screen if you want to tell them about that.
Oh, that's just one of these old timer packages. Got this small little knife in it, and a deck of playing cards. So,
very nice.
Yep. So yeah, we'll just give this away.
Yep. So that'll be a little later on in the program. We'll do a giveaway for that. So if you guys want to, if someone wants to do something, I'll prepare. Which I should have done this last night, but I certainly didn't do that. But who has a knife to show? Can you imagine
just
that,
so everyone
Tom?
knows, I texted him last night and reminded him to do this last night, and he didn't. So
I was going to do it, but I was busy playing Monopoly Go, and I couldn't break away.
Forgiven.
What's that?
I said forgiven.
Well, thank you. All right. So who has a knife? Oh, Terry, he's going to go first. All right. Let's go ahead and do that.
I will start out with this is an old beat up Imperial from 1946 to 1956. And this is a knife that before I really started really getting into just more collecting, I carried this knife. I mean, I beat this knife. This is the most crudest, oldest, cheapest construction that there is out there. The handles are just hard plastic, the imitation saw cut, and it's not even Delrin. It is just bona fide plastic. The bolsters are the, as Tom was talking to us earlier, the shell type bolsters that clip over the top. I don't know if it'll show there or not, but it actually has a little clip right there, and that bolster just clips on there. And it's even, if you can see right here, I don't know if you can see that big dent in it, got a big dent in it. But these knives are absolutely amazing. It even has a half stop, and if you can hear that, still got quite a bit of snappability about it. Now, when this knife was bought new, it was probably bought off of a card in a hardware store, probably somewhere between 99 cents and $1.99. Maybe even cheaper, who knows? And these knives can still be found, and they can still be found cheap. And I enjoy finding these knives and collecting these knives just as much as I do some of the higher end, case knives and stuff. To me, they got a lot of history. These, in my time coming up, this is what you saw. Stuff like this, frontiers and old timers and stuff. This is what you saw, and the circles that I ran in, this is what you could afford. You know, cheap, inexpensive. Tom has alluded before about them being back in the day throwaway knives. Thank goodness they didn't throw them all away. But they're still good knives. The carbon steel on these, and I have no idea what kind of carbon steel it is, but I know it's thin, it's slicey. That you can sharpen it on boot leather. They are so easy to sharpen, and they hold a good edge on them. They're just an all around good little knife, a good user knife.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, that
Well,
early.
thank you for that diversion, Terry. Because,
Sir,
go ahead.
you,
Go ahead,
you-
Andrew.
Oh, I was just saying that early carbon steel does sharpen up really, really easy. Was recently gifted a Barlow, an Imperial Barlow. Oh, I'm sorry, Hammer brand from I think it is 1945, 1955. That's what Mike's Life was saying, and it came pretty dull, but it sharpened up real sharp. And this is the cracked ice.
yeah, I enjoy those old knives
Yeah,
like that. That's a good looking knife.
It's just 3 inches closed. You know, Barlow on there. I cleaned it up and it sharpened up real fast. The blade stock is thin, but yeah, it was gifted to me by a coworker, a friend who was moving and found it, and pretty blown away at the snappability on this one. Great half stop, nice little 3-inch Barlow. Hammer brand, USA. The USA is written from top down, so vertical. And so I think that it was Mike's Life or somebody was saying 1945, 1955, if I'm correct.
That's nice.
That's a cool little Barlow.
Hey Tom, do you have any thoughts on that as far as that older carbon steel on those knives? As far as what it may have been and why it is so easy. I mean, you're talking about stuff that's, 60, 75, 80 years old, and it holds up very well.
I don't know. I'm assuming that's some sort of 440.
Well, 440
but I
is
don't know.
stainless, right? So it'd be a 1095 or maybe
1090. Yeah.
1085, 1065. One of those steels. I'm thinking, but it just was really good steel. I don't know. It was definitely good enough for our forefathers. That's for sure. I think I've shown this one lots of times before. This is a 1970s Hammer brand, and it's marked just on the shield is the Hammer brand, but then on the main blade it says Imperial, Providence, Rhode Island. I don't know if that'll show or not, but this was part of their Explorer brand, and this knife has fantastic patina and fantastic snappability. I really love the forge marks on this. So this definitely harkens back to the Imperial, not the Imperial, but the Ontario Heavy Forge series, the Rough Rider Heavy Forge series, and this is back in the 70s, and really nice, good thick blade stock. But it just tapers down to really fine edge. They said it was in the adverts a feather edge was what they called it. But what a great shape on that spade blade. Lots of nice belly on that, and just a really nice kind of a angled clip on that to make it a spade. But what a fantastic knife. And I picked this up for a song. It was in a antique store, and they had $10 on this. And it's like, who wouldn't pay $10 for this? It's like I saw it.
Absolutely.
I'd never seen anything like it, especially with the heavy forge marks. And I just told the guy, I said, "Hey, who's got the key to this case? This one's coming home with me." It's time for it to have a new home and not be sitting in some store glass case. That's for sure.
So, sometimes it's better just not to haggle, just to pay for it and go.
Exactly. Well, it was one of those stores, where people, it's like a consignment store, where everybody, if you want to get something from this, it's, case number 128 or whatever, and you go get the guy that's got the key.
Right.
Go ahead, Tom. I see you held up a card.
Yeah, just wanted Mike Curtis gifted a membership, and Philip W. Received that membership. So,
Oh,
Philip, make sure and get a hold of RJ. I think he has a little goodie package he sends out. And
Yes.
also, Bluminati Ninja, you received a free membership also. So, make sure and get a hold of RJ.
Fantastic. Bluminati, definitely, his mom's been having some health issues. So send prayers to him and his family here, so she can hopefully get well enough that she can come home for Christmas. So there you go. Cal's got a knife there. Let's take a look at that one.
I got a couple Imperials here. This is a newer model Imperial mini trapper that Tim over at Tim School of Fish gifted me. Actually, I won it in his giveaway. I won one of his lure boxes, and he threw this little knife in there. And thank you very much, Tim, for that. This is Imperial Shrade, so newer model, and IMP 13 is the model number on that one. And then I have another knife, a newer Imperial, that I won on Thirsty Kniffy and Slippy's live last weekend or the weekend before, I can't remember. And
Nice.
this one is IMP 22L, and it's the large cod buster
Yes.
in black, and just a great work knife. Plan on using the heck out of it. So thanks
Yeah.
again, guys, for that.
Very nice.
Fantastic. Well, speaking of work, timeout.
Correction, it was Mikey Newman that did that. I gave the wrong mic.
Not a problem.
Sorry about that. Thanks for pointing that out, Sean.
It's okay. That's for sure. Hey, Zen, I see you're in the comments, but I'm so busy over here. I haven't had a chance to even look at them yet. But speaking of work knives, I did want to show a couple that I don't think these guys get shown enough. And I think that it really kind of, I don't know. I think they're just about perfect either way. If you like a little larger one, this is the 194 OT. So this is a single bladed trapper. But what's cool about this one is that it has a liner lock. So you get a single blade, so it's nice and thin, but then it locks into place. So that's really handy if you don't like having a two-bladed trapper, if you want something that's a little bit different, but certainly capable as a work knife. You have this, and then you have its little brother, which is the Mighty Mite. So if you want super duper fifth pocket carry that definitely punches above its weight, one of these guys is perfect, and it's got the liner lock as well. So if you like these little single bladed gent knives that it's a little 3-finger knife, but definitely one that will handle anything you throw at it, this might be a choice for you if you like that.
I actually
All right,
just won one of those this morning on a bid on eBay, RJ.
Did you? The Mighty Mite?
The 194, the one with
The 194. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's an awesome knife. Excellent knife. So one that definitely will take care of you. And Tom's got something there. I think I
Well, I'm probably going to get thrown off the show because I thought we were doing multi-tools today. But here we have an Imperial Jackmaster line out of their Jackmaster line. And it was named the all-purpose knife. And it's got 6 blades to it. And I just thought it's kind of neat. These were out in the 1950s. We talk about Imperial, all the different mergers and company acquisitions, but they sure had a lot of different lines of knives. So this was the Jackmaster line. I just thought that was kind of cool and unique.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Nice.
There you go.
very good.
Need to clean your ears, OJ?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. What was that?
What?
I think I got something stuck in my ear.
So Andrew, have you been able to get your 34 OT cleaned up yet?
So I was in a mad dash this morning to get it out of its mineral oil bath. But no, I haven't started cleaning it, but it's got some really good snappability. And yeah, I wanted to pull it out of its bath so I could show it today. I just kind of did a few shorts last night. Again, it's a 34 OT, and it's loaned to me from kind of a family member. His wife's uncle, I'd flub my words. His wife's uncle had passed away in a freak mountain bike accident, and so she got it, and it's been sitting in a case. So it's kind of a secret. I'm gonna restore it for Christmas, and it's razor sharp. It's got great snappability. I just basically just cleaned it out and soaked it in oil. I still got to polish it up, but I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave some of the history. It's got patina on it.
Oh yeah.
I want to get just a little minor rust off of it. I'll clean it up, but I'm not going to take a buffing wheel to it or anything. Probably just hand clean it up. I want to get the shield all cleaned up, but it's in fantastic shape. I'm really blown away. I think they're 73 to 2002 or 2003. Nobody really knows.
2007 probably.
Yeah, but made in USA. Says Shrade on the blade. It doesn't say, what is it, Werner. It does not say that, so it's not earlier. I don't know too much about him, but I've been getting help from, like I said, Mike's Life and you, obviously. Thank you for the comments. But yeah, last night when I got it, I was in such a hurry to go clean it up. I almost forgot to do a pre-video. I wanted to get some a look at this knife before I clean it up for Christmas. But it's really cool. It's like a small medium stock, man. I mean, you guys are more familiar with the old timers than I am. But yeah, I was touching the blades and they're already really sharp, but I'll probably put a strop on it when I'm done. But very cool knife.
Very nice.
They're an excellent knife. They're an excellent knife. My daddy carried that very knife his whole life. That's all he ever carried. I think RJ's got some stories about a 34 OT.
I got them coming up. I can do those right now as soon as you get done, Terry. We can talk about those.
Yeah, sorry I just jumped in, but Terry was asking about it.
Not an issue. That's what we do here. We kind of talk over each other and cut each other off and stuff. It's almost like being on the freeway.
Don't forget Harold either. He's got one.
Yeah, we got. And if you see anybody cursing under their breath and giving hand signals, that's it's just the way it goes. Did you want to go, Harold? Did you have something to say? I'm sorry, we didn't mean to forget you and run all over this whole show without you. But did you have something?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We got here. Maybe Brother Tom can help me date this one. My best guess is this is a late 70s, maybe early 80s, but definitely Tom would know better than I. The old electrician's knife, Imperial, USA, the Rhode Island, has the liner lock here has a wire stripper on here and a flathead screwdriver, and this blade actually locks. So I guess technically this is a multi-tool also. Has the wire stripper and the, like I said, the screwdriver. And the main blade here is just a nice, both of them have nice half stops actually, but you got a large pin blade here, kind of a spear blade. I would call it a pin blade as your main blade. And it's just a nice slip joint. But yeah, it has the kind of the solenoid, the poly handles on this guy, and the old bail on the back. But yeah, the old Imperial electrician's knife. What do you think the age of that is, Tom? You have any idea?
Tom's camera's off, so he may not be here to hear that.
He can't hear me.
What does the timestamp say?
The only thing I can see on it, Brother Terry, it just says Imperial Providence RI on the pin blade.
So to tell the date, you'd have to, is the Providence, Rhode Island, is that horizontal or vertical?
It is horizontal. Everything Imperial, and then
Where's the USA?
Providence, Rhode Island is
50s to 80s, I'd say, brother.
Yeah.
Where is the USA? Is the USA up and down or across?
It actually, I don't even know if it's all I'm making out on it, Brother Terry, is Imperial and then PROVRI. I don't even see it.
Oh no, that changes the date.
Yeah,
I don't know if y'all.
I think that changes it to 46 actually, or maybe 36. I'd have to look at on my phone, but I can't look at it right now.
Yeah, I can't either. I don't know, because if the USA is left to right, it's 46 to 56. If the USA is up and down, it's 56 to 88. But if it don't have USA, that's even older.
Yeah, I think that's 36.
I don't see any USA on it. Like I said, there is some pepper marks on this thing. Of course, the little liner lock here has press on it for to depress the liner lock here for your screwdriver. But the main blade, it just looks like Imperial. Horizontal has their little logo beside Imperial, and then PROV for Providence, Rhode Island.
Oh, it's got the logo.
It looks.
Logo changes things too.
Yeah.
You know what? That is, excuse me, that is USA. It's USA up and down. Imperial, Imperial Providence, Rhode Island is horizontal, and if I can ever get it in frame, and the USA goes up and down.
Okay, that's 56 to 88.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not that old. Okay.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
well, that's the thing, is that trying to get a firm date on these knives, you get a date range, but not like the exact year. So it's not like a case knife. You can say this is a 1975, and like, the guys were saying, for some of these, it's like this was the stamp they used from 55 to 88. So you get that chunk of time versus the other.
It kind of looked like that little, that lighthouse logo they have that they were using for a while, the little watch house or the lighthouse logo. I thought it was that logo, but it's USA up and down. I was calling it a logo, but
there's the
USA.
we got Richter's got the Providence on that knife. So as you see there, if it says Imperial on it, that's his. He lost it in the parking lot, HT. So you need to send that back.
We'll do so.
Oh, Junior.
And Junior, your pappy Tom, if he could put a link to HT's channel, Warthog requested that. So let your pappy know he needs to do that. All right, Junior, let's have it. What you got there?
First, last week, Randy from Watermelon Survival Guidesman something, he wanted to see a knife, a frontier knife. Here it is, a double eagle. And these frontier knives were kind of like an expensive line of Imperial. And not a lot of people know about it, but all Junior knows about it. So Anyway, Randy wanted to see this night. I think this is the night, and Pappy did not come through for Randy, but Junior is. So here you go, Randy.
I don't reckon I've ever met Junior.
Well, he slips in and out every once in a while, which is exactly what his pappy would say about him. But he comes and goes as he pleases. He's a different kind of cat, that's for sure. All right, Cal, you got something going on there? Oh, an old Frontier series. I hope Randy's watermelon survival guide is going to be there.
You out there, brother Randy? I have a small.
We'll get a link to Gunslinger's channel, so don't worry. We'll get all the links up. So a link to Gunslinger Cal's channel also, Tom, if you don't mind.
Yep, I got her.
All right,
Thanks,
sorry
Cal.
about that, Cal. You go right ahead.
You're fine. Just a old Frontier Imperial here. This is a small stockman, new old stock, new in box. Box ain't so new. Knife is though. Kind of hard to see, but never can get this thing to focus. I think it has one focus when it's facing you or whatever. But yeah, just a little stockman Imperial Frontier series. It was in really good condition. Yeah, I paid $30 for it on eBay. But I thought it was in really good condition and it came with a box, so I was fine with paying that. Terry thinks I paid premium price.
That Frontier logo, it looks a lot like the one that Ontario used for their knives too.
Well, funny story, before I ever owned one, I just kind of got small glimpses at the logo. I always thought it was a foot on there. Sounds like a foot.
Well, I guess that's a good walking partner, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So.
I apologize, everyone. I had to step out. I told Junior to take over, and he messed everything up. I'm getting caught up on channel.
Hey, Tom, make sure Junior sees this old Frontier here.
Oh, he'll go ape. Yeah, he'll go ape. Hey, if I'm missing anybody's channel, please let me know here in the comments. Want to get these channel links up. And for all the viewers, subscribe to these channels. It doesn't cost you but a penny. Not even a penny. Just hit that subscribe button after the show. Go to their channel and hit that subscribe button. It helps the community grow, and we all do better by it.
Hey, where's
Absolutely.
all my pennies?
And don't forget to slap that like button like it owes you a couple pennies. That's for sure. That'll be good. And so we did have a question. We'll come back to the 34 OTs, but we did have Outdoor Addictions. He wanted to see some of the fixed blades, and you can't have an old timer show without a sharp finger. And this is the generational series. So this is the one with the actual saw cut bone and the 1095 mirror polish, high carbon steel. And you guys know I love the sharp finger. I have several sharp finger videos showing my sharp finger collection. And it all started really with this knife. This was the first sharp finger that I had, and I had won this in a contest that Old Timer was having on Instagram. And so it's been something that started kind of an addiction, because as soon as I had this one, I was like, well, this one's too nice and too expensive to run around with all the time. So I got a one at Walmart, one of the original ones, and I had CB Tactical make a Kydex sheath for it, because I thought this knife with a Kydex sheath was just about perfect for EDC fixed blade. And I really like these. And of course, the nice thing about these, even though this is the made in China version of the sharp finger, being 7CR stainless, which is equivalent to your 440 series stainless, it's still the kind of a knife that you can carry it, use it. Anything goes wrong with it, it's still under $20 to replace it. I think these are going for $18 now on Amazon. In fact, if you go to CB Tactical's channel, he's doing a giveaway, and I think he's giving away one of these old timers. But yeah, I mean, for right around $20, excellent fixed blade, and they just are a really fun knife, and they come in two sizes. Here is the large sharp finger. So if you want a slightly bigger one, this is about a 4-inch knife. The other one is a 3-inch knife, and this one has a sharpening choil that was cut into it from Stuart Harvey, and you see how much more of a handle you get. I mean, this is a full-on. If you have an extra large hand, but you like the trailing point design of the sharp finger, the large sharp finger may be for you. They also make a Deer Slayer. I do not have a copy of the Deer Slayer, but this is, again, just a fantastic knife. So there you go. Here's there's some sharp fingers. Oh, and one more, the cousin to the sharp finger, real quick. And that is this one with the gut hook and the drop point. This is, I think, the 158. The other ones are the 152 OT. This is the 158. I know Warthog carries one of these, and I actually bought this back in the mid 90s at a Walmart. But it's got a more curved, pronounced drop to the blade. So as you can see, more than the sharp finger, which is more of that upswept trailing point. So really good fixed blades. I got a couple more fixed blades over here to show you, but I thought Outdoor Addiction would get that for you before things get way out of hand with the folders, because I definitely have more folders. Go ahead, Tom.
Oh, for fixed blades, here's an old Imperial fixed blade.
Oh, wow.
That
Oh,
mirror
no.
polish.
And it's a fake bone, fall bone, fall bone. It's got the stamps in there, and it came with this sheath. Lewis and Clark, 1804, Bootlicks Frontier, 1966. So Boone's Lick is down in Missouri, and I guess it's a place where they used to harvest and mine salt. And I think one of Daniel Boone's sons or someone was in business there anyway. They go out and mine the salt and boil it down and sell it and that. And apparently this was kind of a stop along the way in the area for Lewis and Clark on their expedition. And so I think they used to hold like an annual meeting or get together or something like that. So just kind of a cool. It was special to me because I am a descendant of William Clark. So it was just a cool find. Yeah.
Is that a moose or an elk?
I believe it to be an elk.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to tell. You could maybe go either way.
Yeah. I think it's
if you look closer,
elk,
it might look like a moose. But
yeah, it does kind of look like a moose. It looks like a moose in the face, but the antlers aren't palmated as much like a moose is.
Nice full tang. Oh, yeah, quite the knife.
Very nice. Yeah, and BC Gerbs says moose, and definitely he would know.
Mm-hmm.
He would know.
He has moose for neighbors. So
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. It's happened this summer too, but it seems like every summer we'll get a moose wander down into northern Iowa coming down from Minnesota. Usually a young bull that's out trying to establish some territory. But oh my goodness,
I see that.
Byron Kennedy just donated $20. He says, "Merry Christmas, Junior and Miss Tammy." All right, thank you so much, Byron.
Thank you very much, Byron.
Oh, wait a minute. Did he have another? Okay, yeah, that's it.
Yep. And then Jesse McJames says, thank you to everyone who subscribed. Did we throw a link to his channel up, Tom?
I did. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, definitely subscribe to Jesse McJames. He's got a cool channel. He's got a lot of really neat military knives, which I don't have as many of those, but I do like seeing those. That's a lot of fun. All right, Cal's got a knife there.
Got the old trick knife here.
Oh yeah.
Imperial. There we go. Forgot how to do it.
That's
Got
the
to
trick.
hold the blade facing up to open it and down to close it. Yeah, we all know that one. Let's see here. This one is the latest model, so 56 to 88. And these were made, and just a cool little knife. Found that one at a flea market for $5. And Randy over at Randy's WSG found this one, I believe, at an antique shop, and he sent this over to me. Thank you, Randy. And this is also a 56 to 88, and that yellow handle. Got the Imperial crown shield, and this is a little jackknife. Yeah,
Very cool.
Yep, very nice. Randy says he's glad that you like it.
and I got one more
Okay.
smaller Imperial, another little jackknife, and this one's real similar to your travel knife, Tom.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
But this one was a 46 to whatever that later date was. It has the Imperial, and then Provident, and then USA, and it does not say RI on it, so makes it a tiny bit older. And the tang stamp, I know y'all can't see it, but it's a bit fancier looking than the later models, which I kind of like. The script on it is just, or the font, I guess, is just a bit different. It's another little pen knife, or I'm sorry, a jackknife. This one's in really good condition. I found this one at a pawn shop for $5 as well. So.
Very nice.
RJ,
Yes, sir.
Outdoor Addictions wanted more links put in, so I'm gonna go ahead and put everyone's link back in again and try to keep doing that. So
Okay.
he's interested in subscribing, and so we encourage everybody to check out all these channels and subscribe.
Yeah, absolutely, because we have a lot of great channels here on the panel, and we have a lot of great channels that are in the chat. And also for any of you, oh, hey, El Phoenix, he's listening and driving, so I see him there. If you go ahead and not only subscribe to our channels, but if there's any channels that are in the chat, if you'd like to be a guest on this show for either the rest of this year or next year, then be sure to fire off an email to me or to Tom, or you can get a hold of me on Instagram. Also, just send me a direct message, or Tom, and we'll get you scheduled on here, and we'll have a lot of fun. Go ahead, Tom.
Can I do a shameless plug?
Absolutely. You know I encourage shameless plugs all the time.
El Phoenix, thank you so much for sending me this knife to clean up for you and restore. On Knife Delights, I did a 2-part series on the cleaning and restoration and preservation of this knife. I put part 2 up today that shows the final product. Both of the videos are pretty long because I'm showing all the steps I went through to get it into this condition. But yeah, El Phoenix, thank you so much. This was a fun project. And I sent you an Instagram message, and when you answer that, I'll get this back in the mail to you. So
That looks great.
yeah,
That
it
looks
really
awesome.
does. It really does, especially when the way it's when I got it. So wonderful Senator pattern penknife with bone covers. Thanks, RJ.
You're welcome. And Jeroen wanted to know who's getting fired. Nobody's getting fired. we don't fire people around here, but we do rotate around. And
That's not correct. That's not correct.
Uh-oh. Who got
He
fired?
fires me all the time, and he says, "You're fired, but you still got to be there." So
But that's different. All right, HT, I see you holding up a knife. Let's go ahead and take a look, and then I'll get you next, Terry.
How about you guys know I'm the resident big knife guy. How about the old timer 70T?
There you go.
It is the oh man, this thing is actually larger than the Buck 110. You can see that in my hand. I'm coming out the back with the brass bolster. The front bolsters, you know, I got a good 3/4 inch here. This thing is just a tank of a knife. Very heavy. Of course, you got the wood scales here, brass bolsters. It's definitely takes its persuasion from the Buck 110, but this was Schrade USA's kind of response to the Buck 110, in my opinion. And it's actually even a little bigger and heavier and bulkier than the 110, but it is a chunk of steel. The Schrade LB7. I think I said 70T. LB7.
Right.
Is it carbon or stainless?
This one is the stainless. It's the Schrade Plus, and mine. I'll just go ahead and show this one here. This is probably my favorite knife from Schrade. This is the let me not mess up again. This is the 60T, and it's just as long and just as big, but it just doesn't have the bottom bolster. It just has a single brass bolster. I've added a little lanyard on here, but if you see that joker in hand, I've added a sharpening choil and a little easy open notch on this thing. But that's probably my favorite knife from Schrade.
That's
I have a little carry knife I'll show a little later, a little small pocket job. But as far as a sheath knife, a big boy, this is it. The 60T.
Right on.
I think they call that the Golden Bear.
Yes, correct.
What do you
All
call
right,
it? Julie?
Golden Bear.
Golden Bear.
Did you have something to show, Terry?
Yeah, I can.
All right.
I want to go back to the 34OT real quick.
Certainly.
You know, anybody knows anything about Schrade and old timer, you know, they know about a 34OT. It's very iconic as a pocket dropper, you know, especially, you know, my age and older. This is a China made. I want to show this first, but if you don't mind, I want to show three in conception. And the reason I want to do that is this is a China made. It's got that new generation shield in it.
Right.
Very, very well built knife. They ain't a thing where I've done a 2 for Tuesday on this knife and an older USA made 34OT. If y'all haven't seen that, go back on my channel and look at it, because I've done an in-depth comparison of the two. It's pretty interesting, I think. But I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing in the world wrong with that. But now, I want to show a USA made 34OT, and this will be a 73 to 07. But it's got the carbon blades, got the carbon back springs, got the old hot dog shield. The saw cut delrin on these, to me, is second to none. The saw cut delrin on these just looks, to me, 10 times better, you know, than the China made, as far as that part of it goes. But you can if you put them side by side, you can tell the difference in the snap. Not a whole lot, but you can. But I think what you're hearing and the difference in the snaps, if you put them together, to me, I think the difference in the snap is the steel. This being carbon back springs and carbon blades, and that being, probably something like a 5CR, 7CR, or whatever. That's just me talking. That's not gospel by no means. That's just
it's not quite scientifical, but it's pretty darn close.
Yeah, exactly. We're just talking about snappability. Oh, and I will, if you don't mind, I will interject right there on. We're talking to the people over at Webster's Dictionary, and we're looking at getting snappability in the dictionary. So y'all be looking for that.
I think we should, because you have helped out so many knife channels with terms that are just fantastic. Snappability. We got the jam up and jelly tight, and just all kinds of other fantastic things. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I take you down too soon? You got another knife in your hand.
I'm going to go ahead and show this because I'm showing that 34 OT.
Yes.
This is the precursor and the daddy to that. This is a Schrade Walden, which is, before the 34 OT.
Right.
I'm not 100% sure about the date on this. I didn't take the time to I keep notes, but I forgot exactly what this is. But it's certainly before 73, and it is a Schrade Walden from Walden, New York. Delrin handles, but when you get into these jig Delrin back in those days, you have to really look close to know the difference between the Delrin and the ball. They done impeccable work, but you see that that is no longer a spay blade.
Right.
This knife has been used, but by no means was it ever abused. It's look at that. Very, very dandy little knife. It'd be real close. I'd say it's jam up.
Yep, for sure. Well, the one thing I know, like we were doing the buck knives last night, and the Buck 110 came out in 1964, and that's also the year that the 34 OT, the middleman, was let out to the wild. And so here's my latest one. This was shown in the video from yesterday, and this is a Walden, New York, USA version of the old timer. And I think this is just absolutely beautiful. Yes. The 34 OT was my first EDC knife, and it was what I started carrying when I was a teenager. This was my everyday knife. I carried this probably every year from I was 15 till about 19. And then I went in the service, and I don't know what happened to that original one. It's somewhere, someplace, I don't know where, but it's not with me. So I've been buying a couple of these old ones just to have, and I'd bought this other one, but it's in that video from yesterday. But I also got this 33 OT, which is the jackknife version. So it's the same frame as the 34 OT, but it's for the people that enjoy a jackknife versus a Stockman. And I found out in the comment section, because I didn't know if this was USA made or not, because it just says Schrade. And so according to the comment section, if it says Schrade but it doesn't have USA on it or China on it, it was during Taylor and Company's holding of the Schrade and old timer stuff. So this is a made in China knife, but they just didn't stamp it as made in China. So if you see any that say Schrade, then just know it's the Taylor and Co. Years, but definitely like it. One more 34 OT I'm going to show is my favorite, really, of the newer ones. This is the 34 OTH. So this is the Heritage series. These are made in China, but they have D2 tools for the blade steel, and I love the gray laminated wood covers that they have on there. It's got that hexagonal type shield on it, but I think these are just awesome. And they made 3 or 4 different patterns, with the D2. So definitely something to look out for if you want a good working knife. These I think are worth it, and they're not that much more expensive than the standard ones. They are pretty inexpensive, relatively speaking. They're not as expensive as the 1095 versions that were made in the USA, but definitely a good knife. So we'll go ahead and close out the 34 OTs, I guess, with that one. But I got a couple others if anybody wants to see them, because that's a pattern I definitely collected heavily last year, and I made a lot of videos on those.
I can actually add to the 34 OT, but I'm going to save that for later. I'm still in Imperial right now.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll have to crown you, King. Go ahead and show us that one.
I have a 36 and on World War II naval knife, jackknife, swell in there with the easy open.
I like that.
And got USA stamped on one blade, on the small blade. Then on the larger blade, it's just Imperial, Providence, Rhode Island, no USA. And that is bone handles there. And perfect snap.
That is nice, Caleb.
I appreciate it. I found this at an estate sale for $5.
Wow.
I also have a same era camp knife, Imperial, that I found at the same place I found that little bitty black jackknife, little pawn shop. And I think I gave 15 for this one. But it has all of its blades, and they're all in pretty good condition, especially the main one there. And this one, yeah, just Imperial, Providence, Rhode Island.
Very nice.
Oh, there you go. If you want to make a profit on that last knife, Caitlin, Jeroen says he'll give you 6 for it.
I actually had found one on eBay, but it was for sale over in Japan, and somebody outbid me. The bid ended at like midnight, and so I was asleep, and I didn't bid high enough. Somebody got it. It was nice. It was in better condition than mine. But
it appears that we may have a guest entering the studio here. What is going on here? Is that Mrs. Knife Delights?
I just wanted to say that Terry, when you talk about jamming up in jelly, it makes my heart go pitter patter, pitter patter.
All right. Well, thank you, Tammy, for chiming in.
oh my!
I may never say it again.
Oh my!
See what you started, Brother Terry.
That's right.
Lord.
Wow. I'm
Good.
telling you, it's kind of crazy when we got old Tammy showing up. It's been a while.
Yeah. Now you see my problem, my dilemma. There for a while it was, Jersey Knife Guy. She's just going gaga over Pete. And now Terry, now you see what I'm faced with.
Wow. Now we're getting all kinds of comments. People want to know if Tammy is single or does she have a sister?
I ain't saying. Call her Run Around Sue.
All right. So who wants to go next?
I got one. Go ahead.
Okay, we'll go with you, Harold, and then we'll go with Cal. Oh, choose. I just hit the wrong button and just took him out of the stream.
You
Hold on,
kicked
let me
me out.
add
He's going.
Hey, you got fired, son. All right, he's back. Let's try this again.
All right. I said before that 6 OT was my favorite kind of sheath knife, big knife. This is my favorite just pocket dropper right here. This is the 19 OT. They call it the Land Shark. It has the easy open notch. Nice, real nice half stops on this guy. And to me, one of the most underrated blade shapes maybe around, the little coping blade. This blade is just, you talk about opening boxes, clam packs, whatever. The little coping blade, man, it is a go-getter. And I don't hear a lot of love for the coping blade, but I just absolutely, listen to this. I love this little thing. Easy just to pinch open, bang. Nice authoritative half stops on this thing. And it's about, if you choke up on it in my hand, it comes right to the very back, so I can actually get 4 fingers on this little thing. But I mean, this would be a good fifth pocket knife, or even just a regular pocket knife to put in the sheath. I mean, it's not so small; it could kind of go either way. It's a little, maybe just a skosh big for a fifth pocket knife, and maybe just a little small. It's kind of a tweener, an in-between knife. But a lot of times when I'm wearing shorts or something, this will be one that I just drop in the pocket.
Hey, RJ.
Hey,
RJ.
what happened? My goodness, he dropped out on his own that time.
That's what happens when I leave it in the hands of an amateur.
Yeah.
19 OT.
There he is. Whew. Glad I got him back. I was worried there for a second.
Hey, RJ.
Yes, sir.
It is right at or just past 1:30. If it be a good time for that giveaway.
It is a good time for that giveaway. So let's say one thing about that Land Shark is that to me, I think of that blade more as a lamb's foot than a coping blade. But that's just me. I think it is. Isn't it a little wider at the base than it is at the tip?
I've got a lamb's. You could make an argument for it. Yeah, it's
okay.
I call it a little coping blade, but I could see the lambs. Usually the lamb's foot to me are a little longer, but it could go either way.
Okay,
I could hear that argument for sure.
Yep, a glitch in the matrix. That's right, Warthog. Well, anyways, for those of you that were in the regiment and you saw my members only video, I was giving away a knife. It's a QSP swordfish, and so I'm going to give it away here on the channel. Tom, per your directions, I've removed you from the people that are participating, so you don't have to worry about your name getting called. And so what we have is we have a list of 8. Is it 8? No, 9 names. 9 names that are here on this piece of paper. So what I need you to do, Tom, if you could get a random number generator, and our numbers will be between 1 and 9, and then we'll find out who won this.
Can I just pick a number?
Oh, certainly. You can just pick a number, but you did see the names, I think. So I don't know.
I don't remember them.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead then and go ahead and pick.
I don't remember what order. So
yeah.
Now, can they go over it, or is it just the closest on the top?
Oh no. If you pick a number between 1 and 9, I've listed the names. I put a number next to each name.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Right. So
you know what? Give me a minute. I don't know how to do that random number.
Oh, well, I can do it on the phone if you like.
Oh, can you do it on the phone? I guess
just do a search for a random number generator.
Okay.
And then it'll ask for a range, and you'll say a number between 1 and 9 till it go, and then it will shoot a number at us. Yes, who are the entrants? Jesse McJames wants to know. We'll tell you in just a second. That way, nobody knows exactly who, but the guys that commented on that video are the ones that are entered. But I will go through the names.
Okay. Number 3.
Number 3. All right, so here we go. Here are the people that entered. We had Chevy V8 Man, Seppi Dog, Turbo Dog, RWA, Byron Kennedy, Randy's WSG, 1 Minute Knife Review, Mike Curtis, and Addicted to Blades 2. And number 3 was Turbo Dog. So there you go. I believe that may be
Jesse
James himself, but I don't
Jesse.
know. That's what I thought.
It is.
Congrats, Jesse.
Jesse McJames, you will be receiving that knife. If you could do me a favor, and I'm pretty sure I have it, but send me your address again in an email to rjsknives@gmail.com, and I will send that out to you. It probably won't get there by Christmas, but we'll see. Maybe if we're lucky, it will, depending on the grace of the U.S. Postal Service. So there you go. Congratulations. And then Tom from Knife Delights, he has this package that he's giving away to the people that are here in the chat box. Go ahead,
We got
Tom.
a little old timer folding pen knife, 2-bladed knife. It comes with a pack of cards in it. This drawing will be for those with U.S. residents only. Anyone that's overseas that's watching, you can nominate someone here stateside. You do a proxy guess. We're going to guess a number between 1 and 50. So, RJ, if you'd write down a number between 1 and 50, and it's just the closest number, whether you're over or under, just the closest number.
So the number is
Thing between 1 and 50.
Between 1 and 50. Let me guess.
And I am going to go ahead and type in start. A number between 1 and 50.
Can I add something to the giveaway?
You sure can. Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to add something.
I'm going to add my old timer 60T.
Oh, that's awesome.
Now, the blade has a bit of a grind on it that did not come from the factory, but it still has plenty of life left on it. Nothing wrong with it. I mean, it has incredible snap on it.
Mikey Newman, you need to revise your guess. It's between 1 and 50, and you guessed too high.
That is a great gift, Cal. That is, wow.
Very nice, Kalen.
Yeah, I got a great deal on this at the flea market, so I'd be happy to get it off to somebody else.
Yes, that is awesome.
That is a fantastic knife.
Absolutely.
That boy has got to be the nicest gunslinger I know.
Absolutely. If you're going to meet a gunslinger, he's the one to meet.
Yeah, that's the one.
We take back everything we said about hobos in Texas.
We should have some music playing. I could get Anchors Away going.
So is that when we'll know that that's over? We'll be at the finish of Anchors Away.
Yeah. Okay.
If you look in the chat, we have posted a bunch of channel links in the chat. You'll just have to scroll through it. But welcome to the community, and we would be glad that you subscribe to all the channels that are listed there.
Oh, hi, Midnight. I'm the one that posts the links in there. You have to be an administrator in order to post links. So as soon as we're done with this drawing, I'll go back through them again. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and say stop.
Okay. All right. So we had a stop. Are you ready for my number?
I'm ready for your number.
The number that I wrote down, I'll go solo here is 33.
33.
You see it? But there you go. 33 in the circle.
All right. Help me
So-
out, folks.
I
Looks
did
like-
see a 33 on the
Mike
nose.
Curtis for Sean.
Mike Curtis for Sean. Yep. And so I don't know if there's any other.
Sean from Watch City actually picked 33 also.
That's awesome.
If Mike
Let's
Curtis
see.
picked it also, right? The same number for him.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Congratulations, Sean.
Do we have
Well,
any other
congratulations,
33s?
Sean.
Way to go,
Okay.
Sean. Way to go.
I think
I
that
don't-
was
I don't see any
So-
more 33s.
okay. Right on. Well, then there you go. Congratulations, Sean.
There you go, Sean.
Go ahead
Sean?
and contact Tom at Knife Delights. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, I was just going to say, send me an email at knifedelights@gmail.com. You do that, and I'll also forward that on to Kaylin there so we can get your address.
Thank you, Tom.
Yep, that is
And this
awesome.
is-
Congratulations, Sean. Couldn't go to a nicer guy. That's for sure.
USA made stainless steel on this one, Sean. So congratulations.
Yep, definitely. Congratulations. This is going to be awesome.
Wow,
Very
two nice
good. And
cards.
thank you,
Happy
guys,
for you, Sean.
everyone that voted a proxy vote for somebody else. Thank you very much, because that's definitely the spirit of the community to try to help us all out. So thank you, everybody that's overseas.
Oh, no. Oh,
What do we got going on?
Warthog. He's like, you want Tammy's phone number? Try to give her out her phone number. Oh, my God. What's next? Seeing it in the men's room stall for a good time? Gee.
Wow, that's well,
That's
you know
funny.
what? She's got it. Yeah, Tammy's phone number is the main prize. Well, as a matter of fact, I have her number. So if you guys are ready to get it, it's 555-5555.
No, there was another junior from Hee-Haw, BR 549.
Yep.
And here I only thought you had eyes for Terry.
There you go, Cal. Go ahead and save Tom, and let's talk about something else. What do you got there? Tammy's boot knife?
It's a good boot knife here. Got a 46 to the later date. I can't remember on that one. Imperial boot knife, fighting knife, if you will. Picked this up at the flea market for less than $20, I think, and love this thing here. Got a excellent clip point blade. All the jimping on the back there. But I guess you'd call that a saw more than jimping. It's pretty hardcore, but got two brass pins there holding it on. Cool little knife. And then I have a 36 and on trench knife and by Imperial with the leather stacked handle. Got the pommel there.
What year is that? Do you know?
I know it was Imperial, Providence, Rhode Island. So I know they started making these in 36, and I think they went to 56, maybe somewhere in there in the 50s.
That's a really cool one.
Yeah, I would like to get a leather sheath for this one. Have to do some looking around for that, but yeah, I love this thing here. These are
Check
all
out
of
that stacked leather. That's awesome.
oh, very nice, Jesse. I have to check that out, for sure. But yeah, another flea market find, less than $20.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah, good, great, width on the blade there.
Yeah, nice blade
Real
stock.
thick. Yeah, absolutely.
Carbon steel, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, yeah. So, excellent knife.
I'm loving that stacked leather handle. That's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
nice.
Well,
And that's all of my Imperials there.
well, to quote that great knife expert Mick Dundee, those aren't knives. This is a knife.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you got to get the big old timer buoy in there. I mean, you got the nice finger grooves and stuff, and just I love the shape of this clip point. I mean, this is just a big old hunk of steel, and it makes me happy. But yeah, I've been waiting all episode to post that, But yeah, just a fantastic knife. Definitely a fun knife. One of those for a Fun Knife Friday, which I think I did do a Fun Knife Friday video on this one early this year or late last year, something like that. But yeah, just you got to have the big old buoy in here somewhere. Couldn't miss that. Exactly. Is that a buoy, or are you just happy to see me? That's right.
I was unaware they made that.
Really? Oh
I
yeah.
didn't know.
Yeah, I think this is actually one of the nicest modern buoys, and is super cheap too. It was I found this last year. It was in a 2-pack at Tractor Supply, and they were right around $20.
Wow.
It's their Christmas display. And yes, this is a made in China old timer, but just if you got to have a buoy, get you one of these. Yeah, Mike Curtis is one of those. Yes, it is. It's a good back scratcher. That's right, Mike's Life.
All I know is I never let Junior go to flea markets.
Well, that's all he does is come back with fleas.
Exactly.
Did it come with a sheath, RJ?
It sure did. It came with a sheath. That's Cordura nylon marked old timer. Not a bad sheath, but definitely will.
Always good to have a sheath for those big ones.
Oh yes, that is for sure. All right, Terry, I saw you had a couple of knives.
Do not adjust your television set. You're not seeing double. That is, in fact, two different knives. That is the Schrade 206.
How'd you get two of them?
It's in the name.
I'm jamming up the time. I'll tell you. Actually, this one I already had. I already had it for a pretty good while. And this past summer, this one is just in perfect shape. I don't carry this one. I keep it put up. It's perfect. This one, I was at the flea market, and let me open the main blade all the way, and I'll be able to show you. If you'll notice, the blade is shorter. It was broke. The tip was broke off of it pretty bad, and the guy had it for sale. And they had it in a box with a bunch of other junk. And I dug it out and I asked him what he wanted for it. And he says, "Well, if you want an old piece of junk knife with a broke tip, I'll take $2 for it." So that's what I did. And I brought it home and worked on it. I think it turned out pretty good.
Yeah, it looks great.
I think it turned out pretty good. So when I want to carry, I'll carry this one. And the scroll work on this one may not come out real good, but if you look, the scroll work on this one is more worn, where it's been carried more and used more. But this one right here, it's never been sharpened, never been touched. It's basically new old stock.
Nice.
You can still find these. They're not expensive. These were, I think they date somewhere around 75 to 77, 78. In the mid to late 70s is where the 206 was made. And they're good. They're good knives. Got good snap. Of course, Barlow's perfect size for carrying.
Yep, exactly. It's okay, Byron. You don't
What
have to
did it
stop
say?
drinking on our quit. He says, so you see 4 knives and 8 blades. Put 2 away, or he's going to quit drinking.
Hey, Byron, at least they're not purple.
that is faux show. That's right.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if Tom saw this, but that's very true. If it has a broken
What's
tip,
that?
if it has a broken tip, it must have been with Tom.
Oh man, what is this beat up on Tom Day today?
Not at all. Not at all.
I'm gonna take my Miss Tammy and my junior home and be done with you.
What did you say when we was kids? I'll take my ball and go home.
Yep.
That's for sure.
Uh,
Well, here's another couple of knives. We'll go take a look at an old timer and a Uncle Henry. So this is the 12 OT Pal, a nice little gent knife. These are just absolutely perfect little 5th carry. They're definitely quite fun to have. The Uncle Henry version is the Roadie, which the Roadie is just a great name for a knife, and it's got the little bail to go with it and the shield. Now you see how much thicker it has covers that kind of taper out wider at the end, where the old timer kind of swells in the center, but then it's relatively the same. So depending on what you like better in your hand, I mean, this does actually give you a nice wide little place to set your fingers. And with that bail, you can grab it with your pinky, or if you wanted to tie a lanyard on, you can definitely make this a full grip knife. But they are definitely fun. And Uncle Henry you don't see very often is this little bird and trout version. CB Tactical sent this along to me because he knows I have a bird and trout collection. So it's a nice little 4-finger knife, and it has a spot for a lanyard. It has some nice jimping up here for your thumb. But this is in that this is the 1st generation Stagwan, not the 2nd gen. So this is the 2nd gen is what's on this little Roadie, so definitely some good knives and a difference in the Stagwan. But we'll go ahead and head on back. I saw that Harold had something going on there.
Yeah. Do we have any muskrat fans in here?
Oh, just a couple.
oh yeah.
How about the 77 OT?
Oh yeah.
Got the dual, I would call them Turkish flip points. The old trapper knife. Yeah, carbon steel. Very, very useful knife. It's one of my favorite carry knives, actually. See that in hand. But yeah, you can easily get a 4-finger grip. I'm just barely coming out the back with 4 fingers on it. So it is a good size for sure. And you're always going to have a sharp blade with this guy. So you get one sharp, you get one dulled. I guess the idea was when you were cleaning your game or whatever, and if you got 2 or 3 animals in or whatever, and your blade went dull on you, you just pop it out and open up the second clip point and just keep rocking on. But yeah, the 77, I'll get both the blades open here. 77 OT. Shrade old timer. Love this
Very
knife.
nice. All righty. And Cal's ready with something. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. I got to catch up on the old timers. Y'all are running out in front of me there. I got a U.S. made 12 OT. Picked up on eBay for I don't know $10 or something like that, and Yeah, I love this little knife. Perfect little single blade knife. Plenty capable. 12 OT. Absolutely. Got my 152 here. US made. With a little leather that a while ago, while no one was watching, I threw some saddle soap on because it was dry and about to fall off probably. But yeah.
Those are great.
Yeah, love them.
There has
Great
been a lot of
USA
white-tailed deer skin with those.
152. Yeah, and I love the sheath on these. Just really good sheath. Although they do have the strap going under the blade, which I'm not the biggest fan of because, as you can see, it's already cut into it there just from opening it.
Yeah.
Showed y'all the 6 OT. This is here's a nod to Harold. Here's my 77
Yes, sir.
that I got at the flea market. I traded a knife for this. But yeah, I do love this knife there, Harold. This is a great pattern.
Fantastic.
Absolutely. And while I got the camera, here's my 34 OT, new old stock, new in box. This one isn't a Walden or anything, but she is US made. It's shiny. It's got typical blades that you'd find on the 34. But what I wanted to add to the 34 rod was, y'all have all seen it before, but this is the same pattern as the 34 OT. This is the X timer. It has the titanium nitrate coating on the blades.
Oh, wow.
It's
Nice.
brass bolsters and the brass shield there. And this is Schrade Plus. So this is the 24. This one's called the 24, and I guess that's because it has 2 blades instead of the 3 blades.
Oh, okay.
But it's the exact same. It's the exact same size as the 34 OT.
Nice.
Yeah. So just another one they did off that pattern,
Yeah. It's the thing about that frame size, when you look at other knives,
Mhm.
there's a lot of Schrades that are like that. Like if you look at the case patterns in particular, you'll see like the large pattern and then what they call a mini pattern or a junior pattern. And the old timers will slip right in between those two, so you can look at them and so it's just a little bit smaller than the big ones, but it's just bigger than the juniors. So it gives you that nice in-between size. And I've showed that on videos as well. And so it's actually pretty cool that they did that. I think it was unique and it kind of put them in a unique spot in the knife market. So they're not making the exact same size as like everybody else. They're just in that in-between size. So it's kind of interesting how they did that. But I did, and I can show that again, like I said, in a video or something if you want to go back. I do have a big playlist of Schrade knives and stuff. So let me show some other famous. We'd be remiss if we didn't talk about some of the lockbacks. The most famous being the Bruin, and this again is that Heritage series, which I think if you're going to get one of the 5 OT Bruins, this is the one to get because this is in D2, and they're still right around $25 on Amazon and other places. So bargain knife that's just a ton useful. They're nice and slim, nice little lockback. Here is the Uncle Henry version, and it's the same number, but it's the 5UH. So it gives you the Staglon. This one is one of the 7CR stainless ones made in China. But again, just a really nice lockback. Now, one of the Schrade lockbacks that I have, these were really popular and they came in different sizes. This is probably from the 90s, and that's this little plastic versions. They're like the Gerber LSTs, but everybody had a version of these little fifth pocket lockbacks, really nice and slim. And this is a USA one. This is stainless. The SP2 is what this one is. I think they had a couple of different versions of this SP knife. So there you go. And then one more, because this is cool. These are the what is it? Mountain Beaver Junior is this one. They have a senior also, but you have two different kinds of wood. You have rosewood and then ebony. So with that nice brass silver spacer in between, but just a really nice lockback kind of finger groove, but definitely will give you a spot there for your pinky on the end of it. But you can get this in two different sizes, but just a really cool set of lockbacks. And I got dogs, so if you see me move in unexpected ways or turn suddenly, that's why. And if a package arrives, then be warned, my security system will go off, like it did last week. All right, and Tom is ready. I see you there, Terry. I'm going to put you on deck, and let's go ahead, Tom. Let's see what you got.
Well, I've shown this before, but little Imperial single-bladed knife. Really nice and thin.
Oh, wow.
Great covers on it. Look at that. The color, that brownish color. And they are in great shape. Now, one of the reasons I bought this knife, and I know you won't probably be able to see it actually on the tang, but I kind of drew it. It's got the Imperial Providence, Rhode Island tang stamp, but this is how it appears on the tang. It's like they got the blade in there wrong, and they got the last half of the tang stamp, and then they moved the blade over, and it got the first part of the tang stamp.
Oh, wow.
So it's kind of a unique tang stamp on there. A factory, what do you call them? Factory error.
That's worth $1 million.
Yeah, maybe. I bet Junior'd buy it for $1 million. But no, I just thought this is the neatest little single-bladed knife. Nice and slim.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right, let me get to Terry. Sorry, I was grabbing some knives over here.
I want to show this. This is the Craftsman, and of course, when you get into these knives right here, you got the age-old gunfight. Did Shrade make them? Did Camillus make them? From what I understand, Shrade made them and Camillus made them. I think it's kind of like the deal with Buck. I think Schrade made them early on, and then Buck took over. Like I said, I'm not trying to muddy the water, but the reason I'm showing you this is a USA-made Craftsman, stamped Craftsman, and then this is a USA-made 661Y Schrade, and they are exactly the same.
No, they're not. They don't look anything the same. One looks yellow and the other one looks brown.
I got an echo back here somewhere. I thought I heard something, cat meowing or something. Other than the colors, they're exactly the same. If you look at if you look at the long pull on the clip blade and all, I'm just saying, I don't know, nor do I really care. I just know that, it's just an age-old scrap between everybody who made them. We know for a fact Shrade made this. It's stamped Shrade. And then, this one right here is stamped Craftsman. But they're basically the same knife.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. But yeah, that's like you said, that's the age-old question is who was the OEM for store brand knives? That's
right.
always gonna be a question.
Right, because nobody will tell you for sure. Nobody knows for sure.
Right.
What you got today, Andrew?
Me? You already showed all my knives.
It's okay. I have to go back and follow after everybody too. They showed mine too. Don't worry.
Oh no.
Just the large Sodbuster Imperial with the cigar. Had it for a while. Haven't used it that much, but yeah, it'd be a good worker, good beater. About similar quality is the case.
Yeah, for real, it is.
But yeah. So nothing spectacular. And then my friend loaned me his trick knife again to sharpen it up, and you already showed
Dang it.
So yeah, the usual trick knife. He had gotten this from his mother, and I cleaned it up and didn't really have any sharpening tools to sharpen it, and now it's back, so I get to sharpen it up. I may give him a sharpening stone for Christmas and teach him how to do it.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Very
Anytime
nice.
you can pass those skills along, that is well worth it. That's for sure.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
I'm sorry that we showed all your knives, Andrew. We didn't mean to.
Well, I had another old timer that I won in a competition. It was the Gunstock Trapper. But I sent that off to my old bass player in Texas for Christmas. It was really cool in the ironwood. And then the Schrade Craftsman that I had gotten from Rasputin's Castle, I also sent to him because he had some old Craftsmen from his father. So those two are.
I was just gonna talk about the Gunstock Trappers because that's another pattern that I collect. So we can go over those real quick. They're really very nice knife. I like them a lot. So we'll go with the traditional one in the yellow Delrin, but they called it a Gunstock Trapper because it's upswept at the end there. It's not like the other types of gun stocks, that are usually skinny here, and then you'll have a noticeable bump up, and it will come out. But they just, I guess, go with this because it kind of almost is more of a pistol grip pattern. But you have your standard two blades. You get this nice clip blade, and then their spay blade. Which there you go, Jerome. There's your spay blade for sure. Yeah, but really nice knives. Again, this fits in between the size of a full-size case trapper and the mini trapper. So slightly bigger than a mini trapper, but smaller than the standard trapper.
That's the 94?
That's the 94 OT. Here is the Uncle Henry version of that. So you can see that the same shape, but with the staglon. And then, of course, in the Heritage series, they do make one in D2, which you guys know I'm a fan of this Heritage series. You can really see the laminated wood or pack of wood, whatever you want to call it. But then the same blades, but with the in D2. And, that's just, to me, it's such a great bargain. I mean, why not get the D2 version when it's available for not much more than what you're going to get a stainless steel version. And I think these are pretty nice. But when sorry, I told you.
That's what you get for showing our knives.
It's a bird in the yard. How dare a bird land in our backyard? Is that just the craziest thing or what? You can't talk about the old timer trappers without mentioning the good old buzzsaw trapper, which the buzzsaw trapper gives you the clip point and then you get the saw blade. If I can get this thing open, that's always the hard part. And this is got a liner lock on it. So there you go. You get the saw blade, and then it comes with a couple of tools and the scales. If I can get those out, those are always kind of tough. Let me get this closed. But you come over here, you get a pick. I don't know if you can see that. Kind of a needle, and then a pair of tweezers. If I can, you got to turn this so it gets just the right angle to go in. There it goes. And then you get a pair of tweezers to remove splinters and such. So there you go. Somebody wants to know the number on the buzzsaw trapper. Let me get that for you. This is the 97 OT, is the buzzsaw trapper. So this is standard size. This is 4 1/8. Here is the 94 OT. As you can see, just slightly smaller than that, but just slightly bigger than what you get a case mini trapper. Yeah. Junior might be over there. I don't know. He could be lurking in the backyard. It's hard to know. Okay, Byron, I guess you're heading on over to Zach's Live. So that is awesome. We'll see you next time. Thank you. Oh, Knife Doctor loves the 97 OT. He usually carries one. Nice. All right, Tom, you're muted, but we'll go to Cal. He's holding up a knife.
Well, we can't do old timers without showing the 8 OT.
That's right.
This is Shrade Walden, New York, USA, with the match drag long pull. And this is, man, I paid $15 for this on eBay, and it has excellent snap on these. It's got the 2 carbon back springs, just a fantastic size sheep's foot and spade blade. This is an old one here with the obviously with the date. I'm sorry, the tank stamp Walden. And there you have 8 OT on the main blade. I have some cleaning to do after this. Getting fingerprints everywhere. Eating my black bean sun chips. These are delicious.
Yeah, in case anybody needs a snack.
And then I have a 94 OT that I picked up on eBay. I had to pay a little bit for this one. I think I paid $40, but it came with this awesome box here, the old timer, and new old stock, new in box. This one is Schrade USA 94 OT, and it is just in fantastic condition for its age, whether it's the 90s or 80s or 70s.
Right.
I think I would assume maybe the 70s with the box like that. Don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
For sure. Oh, and here is the box for that 24 OTX with the X timer. Had a box for that one too. But yeah, 94 OT is a fantastic size trapper in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
But just a few more here to go along with that. I also have the Uncle Henry version of the 94, which this was my grandfather's knife with the 2 X's there over the actual tang stamp that originally said Shrade Plus USA 285 UH, and with the Stagalon handles. And this was a USA made.
Very nice.
Oh yeah, I love this knife. Like I said, I never figured out why they had the X's, but I do assume my grandfather probably had this sent in on a warranty or something. and maybe that's why they sent it.
I think that's true. If they repaired it or replaced a blade or something, I think they did mark it XX.
Gotcha, which is cool. Because they did a fantastic job of replacing it if they did, because it's right down the center. And then I have this here Scrimshaw Shrade. This one is the liner lock, as you showed a while ago, with a single blade. This one is SC 503. So I guess that stands for Scrimshaw 503. And this this is very close to being the first knife I owned. It's probably 2 or 3 away from being the first knife I owned, but it's definitely the oldest knife I still own that I had collected when I was a kid. So that's pretty special to me there. And I mean the lock on this one, it's gator snap on that lock right there. It's super strong. So
very nice.
And that does it for my old timer and Imperial collection, guys. So
what's the scene? What was that Scrimshaw scene? I couldn't quite see it. Is it like ducks or?
It is. It's 2 bass fish there.
Let's see if you can see that. I'll bring it up.
It's kind of worn off from rubbing in my pocket, but yeah.
I see it now. That's cool.
Yeah, definitely, and it's playing on the back there.
Yeah, and then one thing I did want to show also, I saw this other 94 that I had, and that's the 94 OTG, which is the generational series. This is the one that was made by Bear & Son, so it has the bone that saw cut for the covers, but as you can see, this one is actually quite a bit different than your standard old timer, because here's the heritage version, and then here is the generational series. And you see that Bear & Son used a like a mini trapper that they had in their catalog, and just put those covers on it versus the actual size of what a OTG or a 94 would be. This is OTH, sorry, but still the same blade set. These are in 1095 carbon steel versus stainless, and I got this in a trade with Thrifty Kniffy, which I think both of us were satisfied with that. So, and there is the spay blade on that, but definitely a 3-finger knife versus a knife that is a 4-finger knife. Let me just pull this one out again. So definitely a little bit smaller, but that was just one of the things that with the OTG, the generational series, that when they brought it back, Bear & Son was using patterns that they'd been making and had it marked as old timer versus an actual line drawing of what the old timer knives were. That was one of the problems that Thrifty and I both had with that series. But go ahead, Tom. Tom's got one.
I got a knife. I got a shameless plug. Can I do a shameless plug?
Absolutely.
Hey, just so everyone knows, I'm going to be a special guest on Happy Hour live chat coming up here. Well, 2 hours and 15 minutes to be 4:30 Central. 4:30 Central. So
right,
I'll be on with Big J and Boston Blade Reviews. But
all right.
I do have this Imperial, and this is another one of their brands or one of their lines, and it's the DE or Diamond Edge, and it's got that diamond shield there, and then DE with an arrow through it. I don't know if that's picking it up. If you give me just a moment here, I'll give you a little bit of history on this one. So let me see here. Originally, it appears like Shapely Hardware, and they were out of St. Louis, had the original trademark on the Diamond Edge, and it was also used by Norville Shapely from 1902 to 1915. and Val Test from 1960 to 65. In 1967, Imperial acquired the trademark. It's possible that Taylor Brands acquired the rights to the trademark Diamond Edge and DE logo around 2005 when they purchased the intellectual property of Imperial Schrade. So this is, again, supposedly one of their more upgraded knives, a little higher quality than their standard knife. So Diamond Edge, another line of Imperial.
I like the grind on that main clip blade.
You like that there?
Kind of neat. And then was the covers, is that how they came, or were they actually painted
No.
black? The black is coming off.
It's like a really dark burgundy / black.
Oh.
And that's kind of what caught my attention. It was sitting way in the back of a display case at an antique store, and that pattern kind of just jumped out at me. No, it's worn.
Oh, okay.
I've carried a lot.
That's very cool. I like it.
But yeah, really nice two-bladed jackknife. And I think, of course, it's worn off now, but I believe they used to have Diamond Edge printed on the blade too.
Very cool. Yeah, one of the knives that I have going back to the Taylor brand is one. This is from the first year that Taylor brand had it, and you can see how they changed the old timer shield. So that's kind of cool. It's got a different script, kind of a larger thing. This is an electrician's knife, and then on the main blade, this was the Shrade Tough series. So you got this hawkbill knife for the electricians, but then on the backside, I don't know if you can make out that little logo, but it says 2005. So it's just says Schrade China 05, and it has a blacksmith going to hit the anvil. So it's almost like a combination of several of their brands, right there. But then for your locking blade, they had this really unique Romex stripping knife.
Okay.
So instead of your standard screwdriver, it had this wire stripper. So very, very interesting type thing. I bought it mainly because of this blade, because I just thought this was very interesting. This was an eBay find, and I got this. It was, I think, $9.99, and nobody bid on it, and I went ahead and walked away with that one. But just a really cool knife. I do like the electrician's knives. I have another one. This is a standard old timer, and it also has the hawkbill main blade, which is really cool. It's got the sharpening choil already built in, but this is your standard electrician's knife with the screwdriver blade and the wire stripper, and just very, very handy knives. I love that electrician / TL29 pattern. I've got several of those as well. All right, guys, anything else? Tom's ready.
Well, real quick, since Byron's gone, I feel safe in showing this now. I didn't want him to get overly excited. This is an Imperial Schrade. That's obviously after they merged together, and that's what the tang stamp says. Was made in China, but just one of your old classic lady legs.
Very nice.
Kind of a cool knife.
For sure.
Yep.
Is it purple?
Yeah, it's purplish.
Kind of. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's good thing that Byron is gone then.
Yeah. That's true. I didn't even think about the purple.
Oh yeah, we got it. In fact, it almost makes me want to go buy a purple knife on purpose.
Yeah, just to show Byron.
Just to show. Yeah, just to show Byron. Just for the live shows. All right, Terry, we'll let you go. We'll get you right after Harold.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be quick. It's a Imperial electrician's knife from 56 to 88. well used, but not abused. These these are awesome knives.
Yes, they are.
This knife right here was actually a carry knife for me when I was actually still uh, working with the guys. I actually carried this knife and used it a good bit. Uh, they they just really handy, really useful. Uh, you don't have to be an electrician; they just very useful.
Absolutely.
Opening up a can of paint or scraping, I mean, they just very useful. And you could, Lord, every manufacturer out there made these things.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Yep.
I don't know who all, but I mean, just about everybody out there made them, and none of them are expensive, and they just good little old knives. I enjoy them. Why I don't have more, I don't know. I just always find other things. So that's
Right.
only one of them I got. I really should have more.
Well, I think probably the ones that are the main ones that I think everybody wants. I have a couple of these old timers. I have a couple of the Camillus ones. I have a couple of the Colonial ones, and that's the thing. They're also great advertising knives. You'll find them a lot with advertising on the covers. I see you there, Cal. We'll get there in a second. Harold is right before you. Wax
Oh,
on,
that's
wax
okay.
off. But yeah, I agree, Terry. Great work knives.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and get you, Harold.
Now, this is just piggybacking off of the trappers you guys showed a while ago. This is my latest pickup old timer. This is the 95 OTB.
Yep.
And this is the saw cut bone. This thing actually has some really good heft to it with that bone. You can definitely feel a up in weight with the bone versus the Delrin. But
Yeah.
I thought they did a really. It's an imported. This is not Schrade USA. This is an import. But I thought it was very nice with these threaded bolsters, and they did a real good job with the bone on this. The saw cut bone. I think how it goes nice and light here and transitions back into the dark. Just a really sharp knife. I think I gave $35 for this, and I don't feel cheated. I really like it.
I agree. I think the bone on there. I have a couple of them right here. I got a 94 and a 34 that have the bone, and I think that they do a good job with that.
Bring that closer, would you, Harold? Oh, I'm sorry. I've never seen the bone covered old timer.
Oh, well, okay. Well, we'll show his, and then I'll show mine.
Yeah.
Is that coming through, Cal?
Yeah. No, I like it.
It's got the heft too. If you like a good substantial feeling knife, RJ can probably attest to it. They probably have, I don't know, at least a good half ounce, 3/4 of an ounce heavier than the Delrin. I haven't weighed that to verify it, but you can definitely feel a little substantial heft with this model. I like it.
They don't skimp on the bone. That's the other thing, is that they are pretty thick slabs.
They are thick, yes.
So I'll show that. Now here's the 94 is like that, but then you really can tell it on the 34. I know those are really thick pieces, and yeah, they do the bone really well. And as you can tell, they put match strike pulls on these. You get the threaded bolsters. They upgrade the steel. These are a 9 CR instead of the 7 CR. So that's a difference. Mirror polish on those. Here's the 94 is the same way. So they are definitely, and you can get these in the 94s, the 34s, the 8 OTB. So anything with a B on the end of it is going to be bone. Here's your spade blade on that. But yeah, the 9CR, just absolutely fantastic knives. Here's your clip point on that.
Are those USA?
These are China.
Okay.
Yep. So, and they're, again, for the different versions that they have out there, they're not that expensive to collect. That's why I have several of the 94s and stuff. All my 94s are Chinese made. I don't
They're
have.
some of the best. They're some of the best imported. RJ, you probably agree with it. That
Yeah.
I've seen as far as the imports. They really did a good job with these bone scales.
Yeah, the only U.S. 94 I have is that one that was made by Bear & Son, and it's kind of like a small cousin to the regular 94. But yeah, they are really good. All right, go ahead, Cal, and we're going to get ready to wrap this thing up.
I just got this old timer here. I don't care what you say, it's an old timer. Electrician knife.
Had to sneak
No.
it in there, didn't you? Had to
Oh
sneak
yeah, it's I just had to show it off. The old case electrician knife. I don't have one by old timer, so I can barely open this one. So yeah, just electrician knife.
Woo! Listen to that snap.
That's nice.
Oh, it'll hurt you. It'll hurt you.
Wow.
Anyways, yeah, Case did a real good job for sure.
Gator snap.
I'm not even gonna try to open the other blade. It's just I'll rip my thumbnail off.
So it's about an 11, huh?
Yeah. And I oiled it, so it just made it worse.
According to Levine's guide, the Case electrician's knives were made by Camillus. So.
Really? They did a great job. Yeah, you suckers.
Pulling your legs.
You suckers.
There you go.
Joke.
All right.
That was for Mike Curtis, too. Mike Curtis has been picking on me all day, too.
All right. We'll see you, Patrick. Have a great day. We're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. Does anybody have any parting words or parting shots?
Is it corn cob season yet?
Corn cob season? Well, that's long past.
Very good, Jesse. He's got his war room done. That's nice. I need to work on mine. I think Terry's working on his too. Those are New Year's resolutions.
I need one too.
Yeah, we'll work on that in the new year. I'm not worried about it as much right at the moment, but at some point I'm going to get out of the dining room and have a different background. So I don't know.
RJ, yes, I got a quick.
Jesse has words to the wise there. Don't eat the yellow snow. That is for sure. Does Junior know about that, Tom?
No. He's usually out writing his name in the snow.
Oh my. We're not even going to go there.
RJ, can I steal about 10 seconds?
Yes, let me answer Jeroen. Yes, we are going to do a live next Sunday. So yes, I will see you all there. So there you go. Jesse McJames had an old military field desk he had to put in. That's very cool. I remember those from when I was in the service. Go ahead, Harold.
I just want to tell everybody I just hit the 300 sub mark, which I know is not very much, but I'm a pretty new channel. I've hit 300 subs on my new channel, and I just want to tell everybody that comments and has subbed to my channel. I'm super grateful for that, and I love you guys, and just thankful for everybody that's dropped by and welcomed me into this community.
That's awesome, HT.
Congratulations, HT.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
getting to 300 is no mean feat. I mean, I can remember Tom and I still talk about it back in the old days when you had like maybe 10 subs and it was just your friends that were subbed to you and your wife, and you had a channel made for your dog so your dog could sub, and you were hoping that you might get to 100 someday, and then next thing you know, you got a couple hundred, and in Tom's case, he's got a couple thousand, and it's just fantastic that we can get people that want to watch us, join us, hang out with us, and everything. We love showing you guys our knives and what we do, and it's just a lot of fun.
It sure is.
Thank you to the community, because we have an awesome bunch of community members and awesome channels, awesome fans. We love all you guys. It's just awesome. We
100%.
really, yep.
100%.
Yeah,
Oh, hey,
hat off
I
to
see
him.
Tom Ritter's here. I just
Oh.
want to say hi, Tom.
Yeah. Hey, Tom. I hope you're getting better. I know he's
Yeah.
recovering from his surgery, which was literally a pain in the neck. He'll tell you all about it. Yep, absolutely. Like Randy said, hit that like button or like the hit button or something like that.
Like the button.
Somewhere down there. Somewhere down there.
Exactly. All right, guys. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. You guys have a great week. We will see you on Christmas Eve. Those of us that can make it, I'm not sure exactly who all is going to be on the panel. Some of us will be here. Some of us will be with family that day. But definitely at a minimum, I'll be here. So we'll see you guys next week. And you guys have an awesome week.
Let's hope it's not the bare minimum.
Yeah, we're never
See
doing
you,
that.
everybody.
We're not that kind of a channel. All right. We'll see you guys.